Oh, I didn't even know we had. What is going on? What is up, guys? What is the deal? It is a beautiful Wednesday night. It is 9-something p.m., which means we are almost on time to start the podcast. Somebody had to go to Jason's Deli, but that is none of my business as long as my friend is fed. And guys, before I talk about the man to my right, to my left, we have a local celebrity, Mr. Two Phones himself, Mr. J. Lino, Kevin Gates in the building. Give him a burp, King. All right, enough of that. Dead noise. How you doing? Cool, good. How was your sandwich? You ain't bring me one, so
amazing.
you. Anywho, let's get down to business. Let's talk about. Do you see who we got with us today?
I see.
You see who we got with us today? Anywho, as y'all can see, guys, we have a. You said you went to Winfield Metro.
I went to Winfield Metro, yeah.
We have a Winfield Metro legend. We have a Miller should have been a Tiger legend. One, Trevor Sunshine Long is in the building, y'all. Give him a brr. What's going on, my guy? You know what I'm saying? Shake our guest hands.
What up, Trev?
Stop being rude.
Again.
I'm sorry. He's from West Oaks, so excuse him. What's been going on? How you doing today, Trevor?
It's all good. Everything's been all good, man.
Bruh, we gonna get into this. And I guess, how you doing, Lino? How you doing?
Good, baby. I'm
You good?
A1.
You good? Your Niners win this weekend?
On this weekend.
Who's your NFL team?
Steelers.
Okay, I respect it. Right state, wrong team. We'll get into that another day. But we gonna go ahead and talk about what the people want to talk about. We got Trevor Long in the building, not for a long time, but for a good time. So first and foremost, Trevor, where are you from?
I'm from Corpus. A lot of people have the misconception I was like from California or San Antonio or something, but no, I'm from Corpus.
I remember the first game that I like. There was a rumor. I was like, "Who's that?" It was like, "Oh no, I think he's from California." Like, so the California rumors were in the
Yeah, he transferred from
like,
California.
from your freshman year, bro.
No.
That's wild. So born and raised in Corpus. I met your dad, and I've never got the blessing to meet your mom. But I remember I met your dad. I forgot what game it was, but I think it was a sitting game. It was a sitting game. He just comes up there like, sweet guy, like nice guys, just talking to all the people. Like, what do you think we need to do, guys? And I was like, man, I'm thinking to myself, I was like, man, Trevor needs to get the ball out of his hand faster. That's what we need to do. I was like, I feel like this white guy in the Miller stands might know the quarterback. And then I was like, hi, I'm Bob Long. Trevor's dad was like, oh, what up, Mr. Long? How you doing? But first and foremost, let's talk about like your early playing days. Like, how did you get into football? Was like football like the first sport you played as a kid? Like, let's get into it.
Nah, I actually started off with baseball. So baseball was my first thing. That was actually like my first love. I played select ball. I kind of burned out. Like I did a whole year and a half. We had a select team. And most of them either ended up at like Vets or Ray, like the baseball programs. And I just kind of got burnt out after a year and a half. So from there, I went to Turf Sports, and I met Coach Johnson. So he's the one who runs Turf Sports, and the dude who really made an impact on me was Dorian Johnson. So he was a coach there. He coached the Raiders. That's my mom's favorite team. And we had a squad. We won like 6 Super Bowls in a row.
Jeez.
Like he
who was on that squad with you?
It was a bunch of dudes from like Vets. Like we had like either Luke or we had a bunch of dudes on that team because Luke never wanted to play for his dad. He didn't like that. So
Hey, real quick. So, Coach Dorian, was he from Moody?
yeah, he was.
Okay, I know him. I think he got actually got a charity game sometime in December to feeding the homeless. I don't know all the details, but I'm just throwing that out there.
We'll get the details for next show. Oh yeah, but so we start at Turf, and then you won 6 Super Bowls in a row. Are you playing? So your early days at Turf, are you automatically quarter? Yeah.
So my first time actually at Turf was when I was like 6. I didn't remember it, but my dad told me like I had like 7 touchdowns in one game. So they moved me up to like the next division, but I don't remember it. And then I remember playing in 10U with Dorian, and from there, like he made me actually like love the game of football and everything. I met some great people there, made good connections with Johnson and everything. We went and played like these 7-on-7 tournaments in Dallas. I actually met like a bunch of the Sinton people. The Best Brothers, they brought a team from Sinton, and that's who we always played in the championships. It was always us and them. It's basically like all the good Corpus kids versus the Sinton kids, and that's how we like really got into it. And ever since then, my dad and the Best Brothers always been cool, and that's how we got into it.
That explains like later on down the line, like why like the Miller sitting game was always
Yeah, a
so
little
tight.
bit,
Like
yeah.
if like y'all have been playing against each other for a minute. So when you were at Turf, like were you always a quarterback or like running back, receiver at all, or?
Well, first I started off as a receiver. I played receiver and safety, right? But one year we didn't have a quarterback, and I had played baseball and I played catcher, so I had an arm, and from there it just kind of took off.
So did you just take naturally to playing quarterback, or like it was like, man, this is gonna take some work?
Yeah, no, naturally, I always had the leadership role. Like, and the catcher, you have to demand the defense. Like, you have to command everybody, tell them, you know, what's the signals, what's going on, what play we run, and everything. Same thing in football. Like, I got to command my offense. I got to make sure everybody's on the same point, make sure everybody's doing the same thing, because if you're not, then it ain't going to work. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I just kind of fit into that role. Plus, I could throw. So,
Okay, okay.
naturally fit.
Anything?
I'm just listening.
Bet.
What age did you transition to quarterback? Like, so you started off at like what'd you say, safety cornerback, and that was like around age 6.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, 6U, they had the coach, like, throw. So we didn't have a quarterback. So I was over there just running routes. And
Doing your thing.
locking people up, yeah.
Yeah.
That's tight.
And then you say they moved you up to the next level. Was that still Coach Throw?
Yeah, no. That was the next where we had, like, some kid. I don't even remember who it was. We were terrible, though.
But you're still on defense at that point.
Yeah, I played defense and
What age
offense.
did you transition to quarterback?
When I hit 10U, like, when I played for the Raiders and everything, we didn't have no quarterback out there, and I came fresh off of baseball. I could throw, so.
I heard that. So, what's that first game like? Do you remember your first game playing quarterback? Like full game at quarterback?
Yeah, I was nervous. We had a scrimmage against they were the Bucks.
And this is flag, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was nervous, but the first play I remember, I threw a post to this kid Ryan Scott. He actually plays for Vets right now. He's a safety, and he went up there and snagged it over a kid. After that, I was like, oh yeah, here we go, and then it just kind of
The
took
rest
off
was
from
history?
there. Yeah.
Okay. So, how young were you the first time you played full pad tackle football? Like, did you play in CCYFL or anything?
I did play CCYFL, but I only played 1 year. My mom was terrified of me getting hurt.
Cause like it's I can like I'm not saying like mom was like, you just said mom was terrified, but like cause like you started in baseball, we got worn out. I think mom's like, oh my God, he's gonna try and play football. Look, as soon as you got out of baseball, you eased into turf. So what was the conversation like when you told mom and dad, hey guys, I think I'm low key done with baseball?
Well, first they was like, all right, well, you're done with baseball, you want to play basketball. And I actually played basketball at the same time that I played football. I played on the Tar Heels with coach like Darjon Hill, Peyton Hill, Hooties, CJP, not Jaron, what's his name? Jeremiah, the one who's shooting guard at Vets. Like, all them dudes, we all played together. So when we played them in high school, I was like, these are my guys, you know what I mean? So at first, I was playing basketball and turf sports, but eventually, I think Darjon moved because he got a job somewhere, and then from there, it kind of disbanded. There was like Swarm, which was all the like Flower Bluff kids, and I was playing with them, which was like Tristan, Derek Gray, like those type of dudes. And they told me because I don't go to Bluff, I can't play with them. So from there,
Wait, the coaches told you that or the kids told you that?
no, like I think administration wanted them to like kind of build that team. They was telling the parents,
Real tight over there.
Yeah.
They don't mess around.
and I was starting on the team, and I played one tournament with them, didn't work.
They didn't want to get their hopes up like this
Yeah.
kid might be our future quarterback, and then
Yeah, and then so I transitioned to really football from there. Played
Okay.
CCYFL, Crispin Mendez, great coach. That's when I met like a lot of dudes that we played that I played with at Miller, like Ethan Vela, Ryan Cantu, those type of dudes. They killed us in CCYFL. They were the Raiders, and they brought their select team. They were the Sun Devils. They beat everybody by 50. They called him Megatron. Mind you, in high school, he's like 5'7", 250, so he not Megatron no more. But like in elementary, he was that size. So I remember the first play under center, I was terrified, right? Because I heard about him, blah, blah, blah. And we were supposed to be in a 3-point stance. Like, you couldn't stand up. Well, he just stood up. And I was like, can
So
do
ain't
that.
nobody gonna tell him to get down?
Yeah, exactly. He grabbed my center, threw him, and grabbed me with one hand and slung me. I said, oh, this is gonna be a long game. Yeah. That's how it got started.
Before we get into the first game, I want to get into the first. How did you get your shoulder pads on the first time? Like, was it a smooth process?
No.
like,
Them Adidas jerseys are tight, man.
Because people like you gotta play the game to understand. Like that first time, like when you put them shoulder pads on as a kid, bro, you feel like.
It's tight.
So like, how was that transaction, bro?
Well, so CCYFL has their pads, right, for the kids who don't have pads and stuff. And so I got the biggest, bulkiest. So I'm trying to put on these pads, and the first time I go out to practice, like everybody heard I could throw. So
you got this bucket
I go
helmet
out
on.
there, bucket helmet. Can't throw because I can't even lift my arm. It was bad.
Got the bar in the middle.
Yes.
Bro, they gave you the plastic bar.
That's CCY.
What
It
grade? What year was this?
My 6th grade year.
What, no, but what year? Like 2000 and it had to be 2015. Like,
Yeah,
no,
it was- I
like,
don't
bro. That
was-
boy,
it was
they
bad.
gave you the plastic bucket, bro.
And I had,
Huh? Wait, where did you graduate
That was
again?
about 8 years ago, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
like that.
like 2015, 2016.
Yeah, it was
Bro,
big pads, everything.
So what you say? Everybody has work that you can throw.
Yeah, and then they see me out there and they're like, man. So I got pads the next day. My center, the coach's son,
So you're out there
had.
throwing the first day and you can't throw nothing.
So I'm throwing out there without pads and they see me launch it, and then they see me with pads and they're like, what?
something ain't
you can't
right.
even throw the ball.
They're like,
far
this
at all.
flag football kid, like,
Oh, man.
you know what I mean? So next day I come in with actual shoulder pads and I was launching it from there.
What's your pops when they bought you something or what?
Yeah,
You know Bob hooking up.
because we had. If you like, my dad has it on Facebook somewhere, but the picture day was before we even practiced, and I'm out there like on a knee with them big pads and everything. It was bad. It was bad.
Okay, so what was okay? We said we had a struggle adjusting the shoulder pads, right? So was there like a major adjustment from coming from flag to tackle football,
Well,
like outside of like the pads?
I think for me, it was just mainly like getting hit. That first time the first time you play football, like you don't want to get hit, and then whenever you finally get hit by somebody, you're like, oh, it's not that bad. You know what I mean? But you see it like. My mom put it in my head that I was gonna like die or something. Like I love my mom, sweetest person ever, right? But she saw that like West Virginia dude get like paralyzed on that one like flip, and after that she was like, "Oh, he's not playing football. He's not
Yeah.
playing." So I thought like that could happen to me. You know what I mean? Nah, it wasn't like
How
that.
did you get into CCYFL? Was it just like you just went for the tryouts and sign up, or was it like there a coach in your ear like, hey, say and sign up and I'm gonna put you on my team? Like,
So I think there was some sort of tryout. I think I missed it or whatever.
Okay.
But
I'm
my
Trevor
dad,
Long.
my dad was friends. My dad was friends with this one coach, Crispin Mendez, because
Okay.
he had knew him from high school and stuff.
Alrighty.
And he was coaching his son, everything. And he knew what he was doing. Like he
Yeah.
actually, you know what I mean?
Alrighty.
And so he went to high school with my dad. He was a quarterback at Carroll.
Okay.
So my dad was like, he played quarterback. You're gonna play quarterback. Like, you know what I mean? He's good friends with mine. So he just kind of drafted me from there. And
Okay, all
there
right.
you go.
That's tight. That's tight. Okay, so we baseball, basketball, flag. Then we do so well, we get bumped up in age group. Then we go CCYFL. Okay. Now's around the time that we hit middle school,
Middle school.
right?
Yeah.
So 6th grade, we're still doing CCYFL, right? So
What school are you going to in 6th grade?
So Metro actually has a 6th grade. Most
Okay.
elementary schools now have just a 5th, but
Yeah.
because Winsell is so big, they put 6th grades in
Okay,
there.
so where did you go to 5th grade at?
Metro.
Oh,
They
shit.
have
Okay.
they have
Damn.
kinder through 6th. Yeah.
That's that West Coast Texas.
It's that big. They got a big school because Metro, like, it's like a lottery process to get in because it's a fine art school. They
Okay.
have like the clay stuff, where you
Yeah.
can make clay stuff and like all sorts of instruments and everything. So it's a fine art school. You gotta like lottery get in. My sister got in, so I got in.
Okay, all right.
And then from there, it was raps.
hell yeah. So did you play what sports did you play in middle school?
In middle school, so I played football and basketball. I thought basketball was gonna be Mike Collins.
You thought basketball was it?
Yeah, because, 7th grade, our coach, I love him, right? Coach Ryan Bennett, he was great. But he would call something, and I'm like, we're not running that. So we'd run something else, and it would work. So he was cool with it until it got to we played the city championship. Right, we were playing B teams, so I'm not saying we were playing A teams and killing everybody, but we were playing B teams, and we were all 7th graders playing 8th grade B teams. So they were still a year older than us and everything. And the Miller staff were there at that game because we're a feeder into Miller. And Coach Chavez pulled me aside and he was like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "That's not the play call." And I was like I had a moment where I was like, I can't lie to him, but at the same time,
I can't tell him I'm running my own shit.
This is what I've been doing the whole year. So yeah, and then basketball.
What'd you tell him?
I told him I was like, yes sir. Like
that game?
No, we lost to Grant. We lost to
City
Grant.
championship?
Yeah, we lost to Grant.
But how much?
14.
Did you
21.
play 7th grade football?
I did. 8th
Okay.
grade we didn't play though. Metro didn't play. COVID.
How did y'all do in 7th grade football? And
We-
who was all on that team?
We lost. We only lost one game,
Okay.
and that was them. But
Okay.
every other game we won because we were playing B teams and stuff.
Alright.
And actually, Devin Cage, my left tackle in high school,
Yeah.
he was with me.
Okay.
But everybody else, like they either stopped playing or you know what I mean.
Yeah. Okay, so now we about to get into the fun part. We go through 8th grade, obviously online, didn't get to play. But after 8th grade, one Trevor Long has one hell of a decision to make,
Yeah.
right? You can either go to the south side. This is before the new school was open, right?
Mm-hmm.
So before the new school is open, you can go to 0-10, Mary Carroll. Or you...
Yo, people.
Hey, let me get it out. let me get the question out. Don't laugh yet. I can't do nothing with this, bro. Okay, you got 0-10 Carroll. Or you got 10-1, just graduated Andrew Body. You see, I love JB. But I'm pretty sure you were looking like, well, if I can take your spot, right? At 10-1 Miller. How did we get to the north side?
And where are you living at?
Wait, hold up before you don't say nothing. Are we academically clear of all? All right, cool. Good talk.
Yeah. So I'm actually like in a country club on the south side. Like
Okay,
I'm
already.
way south side.
Already.
Like I'm
Carroll District.
way Carroll District.
Tom Brown Carroll District, my boy.
So obviously my like home school is going to be Tom Brown and everything.
Yeah.
But because Metro, like I got to go to the middle school, right? When I got to the middle school, our athletics teacher was the offensive coordinator. From there, me and him kind of grew a relationship. And mind you, I'm not trying to, I see Carroll go 0-10 for the 3rd straight year. Am I going to go to that school or am I going to go to the school where, you know what I mean? Like the quarterback is getting looked at by colleges. Like they just went 12-1, 3 rounds deep. Like you can tell like the Miller alumni fan base is every there. Like I went to the games with my dad.
Yeah.
Like my sister was going to Miller. So it was just kind of set up for me. And one day in the gym, I saw Evans walking by. He was talking to my dad.
And you were like, it's a wrap.
I was like,
Be in that gym.
yeah, I was like,
Hey, Evan's gonna be in that
He
gym.
gonna be in that gym.
Hey,
This
we
is
learned that
what
from the
Coach Evans gonna be.
podcast.
He gonna be in that gym.
boy.
I was like, why is he talking to my dad? Right? Mind you, there's like Cassius and everybody over there, and they're all looking at me and everything. I'm like, okay, whatever. He's talking to my dad, and I come up, and I'm like, Dad, we ready to leave? Whatever. And Evans he's like, come here, and so he talks to me and everything. He's like, you come to Miller? And I was like, oh, I don't know. We're kind of in Carroll District. And he's like, no, you're coming to Miller. I said, all right. I said, all right, cool. So we was there. And that was it. That was straight. That's just how I got to
Alright.
Miller.
Now that we,
Hold on, real
go for it.
In middle school, it wasn't looked at like y'all are automatically going. It's almost like West Oso Junior High. Like we're at West Oso Junior High, it's automatic. Y'all are next in line at West Oso High School. It wasn't like that at the middle school. Like
Well-
it wasn't automatically like they're the next crop of kids.
CCISD has
CCISD
like feeder
different.
schools. Like
Yeah,
I
it's
think
different.
what's the one? Martin.
It's like Tamuti and stuff.
Yeah,
like
it feeds the Miller too.
It feeds to
okay.
Miller now.
Yeah.
that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
Okay.
Moody.
And I think South Park, right, feeds the Miller
South
too.
Park and
No,
Cunningham.
South- Cunningham and
Yeah,
South-
that's using the Carroll.
And Moody.
Okay.
Cunningham and South Park is now Moody.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
Driscoll and Martin is Miller.
Okay.
Metro's Miller. Cause like Miller's like rate was going like that.
Yeah.
That's why they dropped to 4A when Body was
Okay,
there and everything.
alright.
But no, like Cage, the left tackle, his brother was a running back at Moody. and he was really good at Moody, and his whole family went to Moody. So he was gonna go to Moody, and I was like, okay, if Cages isn't coming with me, I'm gonna go to my home school.
Okay.
But nah, he was like, no, I'm coming to Miller. I was like, okay, yeah, we coming to Miller.
That's
how
what's
it was.
up, dog. So we obviously, bruh, as soon as you said you were in the gym and you saw your dad talking to Evans, we all knew you were going.
Yeah, that's right.
But so after your 8th grade year, did y'all do the midnight practice your freshman year or going into your freshman year?
No, so for freshmen, I think it was a little bit different. Like I don't think we were doing the midnight practice at that point, or if they were, I wasn't part of it.
Right.
I was with the freshman team. Yeah, I wasn't there yet. I was 5'8", 130 with knee problems. That's how it worked for me. I was in middle school.
You were 5'8" as a freshman?
I was 5'8" as a freshman.
How tall are you right now?
I'm 6'2". But in middle school, you won't believe this. So my 8th grade year, I was 5'2". I was 5'2", 110 pounds. But
Throwing the ball 60 yards.
it hit Christmas break, right? So right before like all the COVID stuff happens, right in the spring, right? Well, no, that was my 7th grade year. So my 7th grade year, like I'm starting to feel like knee pain. I'm like, man, maybe it's just basketball. I got jumper's knee, whatever. No, it turns out I was just growing like crazy. So my 8th grade summer, whenever I was 5'2", like I went to 5'8". So I grew 6 inches that summer. And then my freshman year, like I went from 5'8" to like 5'10" during like the season. And then like throughout that year, I ended up being like 6'1.5". And I just kept like growing
crazy.
and getting
That's
bigger and
crazy.
bigger. Yeah, I just hit that crazy growth spurt. And it got to the point where I couldn't even like walk. Like I had to walk like straight up, like straight legged, like walk.
Because you
It
were
was
growing
crazy.
that
I
fast?
couldn't get upstairs. I'd have to email my teacher like I can't. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Bro, that's insane. Wait, so what's that first high school practice like? Like, you got, I don't know if it was just the freshman group. He's over there with the freshmen. Over there with the freshmen, getting it out the mud. Yeah. The boys over there on the soccer field. They ain't even sniffed the turf yet.
Yeah.
So, what's that first freshman practice like when you got all the kids from Metro, from Martin, from Driscoll, like y'all in this boiling pot of dumbassery, like
Yeah.
like learning high school football together? What is that moment like? Who is your hey bro? We gotta learn this goddamn playbook, dog. Who is your guy besides Cage?
So the first practice, actually, Corey Holmes shows up from Atkins, and Broderick Taylor shows up from the Bluff. Right, mind you. The first practice, I was like, man, I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know most of these dudes, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm trying to create relationships with the dudes that I know. My lineman Cage gets put on varsity, so the one dude I know is gone. You know what I mean? So I'm, a bunch of unfamiliar faces. Now, I have most of them in class, so that's how I get to know them. But when I handed that ball off to Broderick and Corey, I was like, oh, they're going to make my job easy. I don't even got to do nothing. Like, I can just hand it off to them, and it was easy.
What was the first time, like that first, like you just got into it, that first handoff, you give the ball to Broderick, right? And you turn around and you see this little,
Yeah, it was
like, what is that moment like for a quarterback when you know you got dudes around you?
when we played Carroll. So we scrimmaged Carroll, right? We scrimmaged Carroll earlier that year. So freshman was on this side, JV was on this side, and then like varsity would scrimmage after, right? So we was playing Carroll, and I seen Corey go 50 the first play, and I seen Broad go 50 the next play. And I was like they when they ran past people, it was ridiculous. Like they were 30 yards past people, and we only had 50 yards. It was insane.
That's insane.
I didn't even know his name. I didn't know Corey's name.
I'm throwing it to him.
Yeah, I'd say Hut, and I'd just hand him the ball, and it was. I learned Broderick's name like middle of the game.
Blue 18. Boy, Trevor was like this. Blue 18. Hey, bro, what's your name?
Yeah. Said Hut and just zone right, zone left.
Hey, sitting there. Hey, bro, what's your name, dog?
So were you the day one starter on the freshman team?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We didn't have another quarterback.
At all?
No, because the 8th grade quarterback for
Got to work
Driscoll
some of their games.
was Vela, but Vela obviously is a wide receiver. He was
Okay,
he was
alright.
5'6" and like he was put on varsity as a wide receiver. There was either like you either playing QB as a freshman or you're, so he chose the varsity. So for me, it was wide open. You know what I mean? Plus, there was already converting him to a wide receiver.
Yeah.
So,
So I got a question for you, Lino. Like, do you remember calling any of his freshman games?
I remember watching Broderick.
Ooh, what was it
But
like?
at the same time, that's my partner's oldest son. So, you know. But boy, he was balling. Balling. So what Trevor's saying is legit.
He's legit.
What you saw on Friday nights is
It's
the
legit.
same thing you saw on sub varsity.
Freshman games? You
It
ever
was-
see that type of stuff in freshman games?
It was crazy.
Yeah.
We lost.
So look, I know Coach Evans. Sometimes, you know, I'm right there on the sideline. You know, work. Like I'm reffing. So sometimes I hear Coach Evans make a call. I said, "Oh yeah, I seen all that he talking about." And sure enough, he says, "Hey, look, we gonna hit this. Blah blah blah. Throw the fucking ball. You know, hit him right here. Should be a touchdown." And I'm like, "All right, we gonna see."
Touchdown.
And I'm sitting up here watching the defense develop, you know, as the play's going, and I'm like, oh yeah, Coach Evans was right. I see a defender floating on, bam, hits the corner, touchdown, you know. So
Yep.
That's crazy. As a freshman. Man, we ran the ball 100% of the time.
Nah, we would lose games 58-50 my freshman year. Like we couldn't stop anybody,
But y'all could score.
but nobody could stop us either. We lost to Cal Allen 58-50 because they got 2 onside kicks. Like they could not stop us. So their coach was like, "We're just gonna onside kick every time, and eventually we're gonna get the ball."
Somebody. We're going to get one of them.
Yeah.
They can't stop us.
And
We
that's
can't
how
stop
it worked.
them.
Same thing with Sinton.
So, are you on the freshman team your whole freshman year?
No, so halfway through the year, like Evans was telling my dad, like he's not developing no more at freshman. Like he's past that point. Like we're gonna move him up to varsity. He's not gonna get reps, but he's gonna develop under JB. All that. I was like, okay, cool. Like, so mind you, we had played Cal Allen. Okay, so that's my first time like suiting up and everything. I suited up against like Waco La Vega, but it didn't really count. Right, so I suited up against Cal Allen. I had already played the freshman game. JB does a spin move, and he gets, like, knocked out. Like, his helmet flies off. Their DN from Callan was, like, 6'4", like, 250. Huge. Cade Stovall, I remember his name. And knocked his helmet off, and I remember, like, oh, my God, I'm going to go in. Like,
so it's even brighter,
I
huh?
was like, I'm not ready for this. Like this was midday, right? Because we had played them the night before, rain delay, all the way through the night, so we had to play them at Buck, right? So he gets like knocked out. I'm like, oh no, like I'm not ready.
Wake up, wake up, young man.
I was on the side like, hey, we good, bro? You good? You all right? What you talking about, Trey? You good? You
What you
got
talking about,
this.
Trey?
Like, nah.
He said, are you my brody?
Yeah, I
Or?
didn't know you had a twin.
He's like, Trevor, what's up?
Yeah, it was crazy. They put Bella in there, zone right, zone left, and I was like, oh my God, they're going to put me in. I only know like 4 plays. Like, because we ran the same like 4 plays on freshman. Yeah, we had 2 pass plays and we had 2 run plays.
Well,
you know what I mean?
You got freaking Corey Holmes and Broderick Taylor. You don't need that much offense down there.
It didn't matter.
Roll offense, man.
He said, hey, your freshman year, you said, hey, coach, what's my progression? Throw it to him.
As soon as Corey lined up at wide receiver, it's like, all right, the ball's going there, and you already know what's going to happen.
Hey, y'all break the huddle, you look at their sideline.
Yeah, might as well.
So what happens when he comes out the game?
He
Give it to the other one.
He did?
He didn't. He played offense, defense, special teams.
No, I'm saying whenever you said his helmet had came off the game and you're like, I'm thinking I'm not ready. Did you end up going in or you don't?
No, Vela went in there.
Oh, okay,
So the
Vela
wide
went in?
receiver, the freshman, he goes in there because he had played quarterback in middle school,
Okay.
and he knew the varsity signals. I
Okay.
didn't know the varsity signals
Oh, all right,
because
all
our
right.
signals were a little bit different, so the teams wouldn't just watch them
All
or
right.
whatever. And so he goes in there and zone right, zone left. Right, we go 3 and out, and I'm like,
fuck.
they're gonna put me in. Like, and then I realized, like, I was stressing. I was like, wait, I already played a game. They can't. So I was chilling after that. I was like happy. I was like, man, we'll get through this. JB goes in there and finishes the game. Tough dude, but I was like, man, I don't know how I'll do it after that because he got knocked out. It was
Okay,
bad.
so that game finishes. You luckily survive and don't have to get thrown to the wolves, right?
Yeah.
What's your thought process after that game? Because like I can tell, like you're a type of young man like to where you like to be prepared and like you like to lead your guys, right? So,
Right.
what's your mindset after that moment? Is
So-
it like I got to learn this goddamn playbook?
Yeah, I was like, I gotta learn everything in case this does happen. Like, I gotta make the moment count. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though I'm a freshman, like I can't just go out there and be terrible. Like I gotta make something work, even if it's like just pure bubble screens or 5-yard outs or hitches or whatever. I gotta make something work. So I got with the QB coach McHugh, and he had already been working with me, but like I had to learn the plays and everything, and he got me. He's straight. He's at SMU right now.
Yeah. His brother's at Bishop, right?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Great coach.
Great, bro, great coaches. So JB gets like I ain't gonna say the C word because he went back in to finish the game. We'll say clobbered.
Yeah.
JB gets clobbered. We have a gold. We end up with a little extra gold in our pants because we thought we were going in. Then we get with McHugh, learn the playbook. We're prepared. What do you get? Any varsity reps as a freshman?
I did. We played TM. I think it was like the last game, and mind you, we knew we were gonna blow them out. TM wasn't good, and we were up by like 30 in the fourth quarter. And he told me at halftime, "Yeah, you're starting the second half." So I was like, "Oh no!" Like starting.
Here we go again.
Like starting that half. Like we can't, we not even like you're not gonna give me momentum. Like you're just gonna put me out there.
Yep.
So he puts me in the fourth quarter. Right, it's like 10 minutes left in the game. I go out there. He calls a bubble screen. Right, and I threw the wrong bubble screen. So he called the bubble screen to the right. I threw it to the left. Still worked out. We got 10 yards.
He jumped your ass.
Right. No, he was actually cool with it. He was like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, freshman mistake is bound to happen. We get stopped on the goal line. I threw a go route into double coverage. I predetermined where I was going to throw it. Throw it to Lonnie.
It's Lonnie.
Yeah. So I threw it to Lonnie.
It's 2-on-1.5.
That's not a bad force.
It's 1v1.5.
Exactly.
I like your odds. I would have threw it too.
So I threw it to Lonnie, right, incomplete. And then we had a RPO called, and the stick route was wide open, but I was not going to pull it. I just gave it to Greenwood, and he got about 3 yards. We needed 6. And then after that, they just kind of ran the clock out, and that was it. I went back in. It was just run plays.
Gotcha. That's what's up. Okay. So freshman year, we spent on the bench praying JB stayed healthy.
Pretty much.
Right? Because up until this point, you had only played, 2 years of tackle football?
Yeah. So,
right? You had your 7th grade year, or you had your CCYFL, 7th grade.
No 8th grade because of COVID?
No 8th grade because of COVID.
We were going to go to Driscoll. We were going to play with Driscoll, but they said, like, because of COVID and stuff, we couldn't.
Yeah. So CCYFL 6th grade, 7th grade, a year off, freshman year. Compared to people that have like, I've been playing tackle football since I was 5 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's fucking incredible. And then like to have like the run you had. Okay, sophomore year. So how does your mindset go into sophomore year? Because at this point, you've seen JB. Like, what's the conversation in the offseason? Is it, hey, JB's 1,000% the guy, or hey, man, this is an open competition?
Well, that whole year, like, he felt everybody kind of got like lax because we didn't have a great year that year.
Yeah.
Right. We lost in the second round to Bernie by a lot. Like, it was like 50. And he thought like things needed to change around there. So he wanted competition everywhere in every position. So he told us in the offseason, whether it being true or not, I don't know. But he told us like, yeah, I'm sure. And he told us like, there's going like every room is open. Every room is open. And I think to try and get JB to like work hard, I'm not saying he wasn't working hard, but to just keep him up with everything. He was
There's nothing like a
constantly
sophomore coming for your job, bro.
Yeah, he was telling him like, you know what I mean? Like QB competition's open. QB competition's open. He would say it loudly in front of the whole team. Same thing with every other position. Like wide receiver room's open. Really, Lonnie's spot was secured, but everybody else,
wide receiver 2 was wide open.
Yeah, exactly. So like
That's still a starter.
that's how it was. And so the whole offseason, like I grew, I got bigger. I got with EJ, the defensive coordinator. He's great with developing kids. Like that's the one thing that
That's what Evans echoed too when we interviewed him.
Is EJ develops people like physically as like men in general, like teaching us life lessons and how we should be as men, or just physically in the weight room. Like his stuff is great. Same thing with sprinting, everything. He knows what he's talking about. And so I got with him. He got me on this like fitness app to get muscle and gain weight. Went from 130 to 160. In the offseason, 30 pounds, got bigger, got taller. And so I just worked my tail off. Everything the coaches told me to do, I did. You know what I mean? Whatever they said, I was going for it. And I didn't play basketball that year. Like I wanted to like just focus on football.
All in.
Everything on football. And so I got somewhat of a shot my sophomore year, like going into it. You know what I mean?
So
Because I know JB was working.
Yeah.
You know, because I know I saw JB doing a lot of stuff in the
Yeah.
offseason with a QB coach, and JB was working.
so like, do you think that competition brought out the best in both of y'all?
I think so. I think competition just breeds success in general. If you have people like who just think their spot's secure, then what happens is that they just get lazy with it, or they think, whatever, I won't have to do that rep, or the coach won't see this whenever I do it, or I'm exempt to this rule or whatever. And what ends up happening is that by your top guy doing that, it brings everybody else down as well. You know what I mean? Your top guy should be trying to lead everybody up instead of slacking off, and then everybody else was like, well, if he can do it,
I can do it.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would try and lead by example. Even though I wasn't that guy yet, I was still trying to set the example, like, you know what I mean? Let's get going, let's get working.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, what sophomore year? What game would you say things clicked? Like, okay, I can do this shit at this level.
When we played Rockport and Rockport, so mind you, Body had lost to them his senior year in like a complete upset. Shouldn't have happened, right? So we had them like on our minds, like we're gonna beat Rockport. Like anything goes on, we're gonna beat Rockport, right? So what Evans told me and JB is that we're gonna go 2 drive, 2 drive, 2 drive, 2 drive, right? So he's gonna get 2, I'm gonna get 2, and we're gonna figure it out, right? Or it's just gonna be how it is, right?
Somebody gets hot, we're gonna roll with it.
Right, exactly. So we were doing that, and I finally get in the game against Rockport. I think it was like the 4th drive, right? I get in, and we go down, right? Completion. We go down to the 5-yard line, and we're going to score, right? Greenwood runs it into the end zone. It gets called back for holding. Somebody calls the ref a racist, so there's another 15.
God
so we get backed up all the way to the 40-yard line, right? So,
wait, you said this was you started at the 5?
we started at the 5. So
Damn.
we got 35 yards worth of penalties, right? So it's 3rd and goal from like the 32-yard line, okay? And I 3-step dropped, and we had this wide receiver, Datron Dedman, who was about 6'5".
That boy could jump.
He
right?
could jump. He had a
talking
wingspan of like 6'9".
about this big.
So yeah.
That boy could jump.
Yeah. So
Hooper.
So I 3-step drop, and I seen the safety hesitate for a little bit, and I said,
That's all I need.
here we go. So I launched it, right? And you see it on the news. Boom, 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 boom. All the way to the back of the end zone. He catches it over the dude, like tiptoes in. Perfect. And I was like, I heard the crowd go crazy. My QB coach, McHugh, like grabbed me and everything. I was like, this is it. We can do this. You know what I mean? Like, I can do this. And then from there, it took off to the El Campo game and everything.
Okay. So y'all. So my favorite throw, I told him this earlier. My favorite throw, like the first time I seen him was his sophomore year when they were playing El Campo, and JB was in the game and they were still doing the 2-2-2 or whatever. And JB was in. He was over on the sideline warming up, and like the ball just said. I was like, wait a minute, that's a little different from a Corpus arm. And I was like, do it again. So throwing the ball like, okay. Now let me see it in action, bro. Said hut. Both ends crash down. He steps up to the right and threw a seed. I was like, oh, that's a little different, right? I was like, that's a legit collegiate throw, because like most high school quarterbacks, when they feel any type of pressure at all, they're out of there. And me personally, like for me, I like running quarterbacks. That's cool. But at the end of the, especially at the high school level, if you are that guy, throw the rock, throw that bitch. You know what I mean? Especially if you're in like a city like Corpus, where you're not going against the best DBs every week. You're not going up against the best D lines and linebacker cores every week. Spin the pill, man. Throw that bitch. And that's one thing I appreciate about your game. Let's go through that El Campo game. Was that like the first? I know the Rockport game was the program wise was like the most anticipated, but like that was y'all's first like. Oh, they got like a D1 athlete over there type game, right?
Yeah.
So
Was that the first year I played them here at Buck?
Yeah, that was the first year we played them.
Yeah, Ruben.
I worked that.
You worked that game.
Yeah.
I remember texting you after that game.
That was a fun game to work.
I think I texted you. I was like, bro, Ruben was cold, but number 9 was killing it. or something like
Yeah,
that.
that big running back. He was good.
So what was that game like? Because y'all ended up winning. Like, y'all beat them both times y'all played them, right?
We beat them 49-27
Something
the
like
first
that.
time, and
It
then
was
35 to
comfortable,
like
yeah.
13. Yeah.
No.
But that first time we played him, so mind you, everybody's hype. We trying to kill Ruben Owens. Like, he's at A&M right now doing his thing. Like, kudos to him. But we was out there trying to kill him. And I remember my best friend, Jonah Stafford, little 5'5" linebacker. Okay, maybe not 5'5", 5'7".
John go ball.
He was,
Hey, who's y'all's linebacker number 5?
I think that's Delson.
Was it
No, Trimble was going.
Big kid.
I think
Always
it's-
wore the red or orange towel.
Oh,
That was Delson, I think.
Bro, that kid was huge. He was nice.
Yeah, but Jonah picked Ruben Owens up like this, and he has the picture still. He picked him up like that and like power drove him.
Hey, send me that picture. I gotta see that
And
picture.
when it was like that, I was like, oh yeah, we in this, right? So I go out there, and the first play I'm in, we call slant and go to Damari. I faked the slant, and I put too much on it, and it was a touchdown too. I was like, oh no, like I'm not gonna get it back, right? So next play, we run a tonal screen to him. He goes about 80, right? We go score. I'm like, okay, bet. Next drive, I go in. I throw first pass, go out to J-Mo in the slot, touchdown, right? Next drive, I go in. I do that up and out.
Bro,
line,
it was
touchdown.
nasty.
With like 10
Bro,
seconds left.
What
in
play
half.
was that? Like tell me. You know that's my favorite play. You remember the play. I don't know if you can give me the play call, but like give me the setup and like what you see in that moment, because that's one of my favorite plays. That
Well, we don't run the play anymore, so I can't. It's called dagger. So every team runs it.
Yeah.
It's a go with a dig. So we called it dagger, and they were a big like cover 1 and cover 3 team, right? So typically that seam shot's always there. So I knew the safety was going to rotate over, and I was going to put it right over the linebacker, right? Well, their DN got past our dude, so I had to come up and out, and we worked scramble drill. So Day kept going up, and then Lonnie came up this way. Corner came down, put it right over him. Day blocked the safety. We struck the band with like 5 seconds left before half.
I know there was a touchdown we had to call back on Damari.
What
that
happened?
game. I know he pushed off. It was subtle, but I was like, I'm gonna let that rock. But my other guy called. I said, "Well, it's not a bad." I was like, "It's not a bad call."
It's not a bad call.
Well, Coach Davis was like, I was like, "It's not a bad call."
Hey, Lino, that's one of those where, if I didn't love football so much, I would have threw that.
Like I ain't feel it affect the play, but I was just like, well, this is a good
Yeah.
call.
it was Devontae on Reed Blankenship in the end zone,
Hey, look,
right here.
It was legitimate.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough to me. I mean,
Play ball.
athlete versus athlete. You know, if it was a jump ball, we know who would have won that. So that's why I was like, I ain't gonna throw that. So, but
So y'all beat Alamo Heights that year. Y'all beat El Campo that year. Did y'all win district that year?
No, that's when we lost to Vets. So I remember whole season was going great, everything. We played Vets, and
that was a
I threw
Thursday
for
game,
like
right?
I threw for like 400 yards. I threw for 388, right? I
I would
was
say
like
400. 400 sounds better.
I was 16. I remember I was 16 for 23. I had some crazy stat lines.
Bro,
that year.
you had 23 attempts. You got 388.
Yeah.
and that's because
That's
Vets was
ridiculous.
down and they kicked that onside kick, right?
Yes.
I had worked this up varsity game and I looked. I said, "Oh, Miller's still playing. Let me pull up to that Miller Vets game." I pulled up. There's like 8 minutes left in the game.
Yeah.
I'm just in the stands, just chilling.
Well, when we played El Campo that year, I was 7 for 9 for 259 and 3 touchdowns. So and then
Say it
I
again.
had 7 for 9. I had 259 and 3 touchdowns.
That's insane, Trevor.
So and then when we played Vets that year, I was 16 for 23 for like 388 and like 2 touchdowns, something, right? We ended up losing that game. Controversial call, whatever, right?
Lino.
Yeah. So we.
I'm not gonna say who crew that was, but it wasn't me. I had a JV game that day.
He said I had a JV game, but I wouldn't have thrown the flag.
Yeah. So we were up by 9 with like 2 minutes left. Our center missed a snap, right? Like flew over my head. Safety. They get the ball. They score. Onside kick. They score again. So now they're up by 4. We got a minute left. We're driving down. I throw it to Lonnie in the back of the end zone. He gets tackled. Gerald Johnson will say it was not PI, but Luke
That's
Johnson.
going towards y'all are pushing away from the scoreboard, right?
Yeah, pushing away from the scoreboard.
So I had talked to my guy about that one. Both of them was
Y'all
hand
going towards the
fighting.
flags?
So
Yeah.
that's why they let it go. That's why you didn't get no call. They was hand fighting.
I I swear he pure tackled him, and I was like, all right, cool. Like,
All I'm saying is if 7 ends up on the ground, somebody tackled him.
but it's all good. So we lost the vets that year, and then we beat everybody else. And you know, for us, we wanted to play at Buck, right? But vets, being vets, they played at Buck instead. They kind of like rub salt in the wound a little bit, you know. So we either had to play at Cab, so we played at Cab. We lost to North that year. That's how that rivalry kind of kicked off.
Yeah. Bruh, so forget North. We're going to talk about your junior season. But the game that I want to talk about right now is the game that pissed me off the most with y'all. How the hell did y'all lose to Brownsville?
Yeah.
Dog, y'all were up 21-7 at half.
Junior year.
That was my junior year.
That was junior year.
Yeah.
Just turnovers, man. You know what's the game?
Turnover.
Man, F them turnovers. I said in the video, you better stop Storm, you better stop number 1, and you better stop Trujillo in the
Was that the game
soft
in the
shell.
Valley?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh man, they were super dope. The
They
whole
were.
Valley showed up.
Yes.
To the game, right?
They had about 13,000 people there, and I like
That game was sold out.
I'll never forget that game because I just like, to me,
That's the
that
one they got
game,
away.
I played a miserable game. That whole game, it was just off. Like something was off. We couldn't get anything right on offense. Like we called like a signal. So how it unfolded is that we were up 28-7, right? So they go down, they score. It's 28-14. Okay, we're driving, right? Our run game that carried us the whole year, right? Broad ran for 2,000 yards. We could not get it going on the run game. Mind you, our right guard had tore his ACL in the second round. So we were playing a freshman or a sophomore who wasn't ready. And what?
You had the most picks that game. Well, that's why you was in the stand, Isaiah.
Yeah, I had to pick that game. I'll put the game on me like 100%. Like I didn't play the best game. I had one pick. I didn't have the most picks. I had 9 picks my whole career, but I had one pick, and I remember like
You only had 9 picks?
I had 9 picks. Yeah.
Wow.
I had 3. I had 4 my
Flex
junior
on him,
year.
Trevor. Tell Isaiah your stat sheet, Trev.
So I had 4 my junior year, and I had 3 my senior year. But long story short, I don't even know how I missed the guy. He just ran a little hitch route, and I missed him to the outside and went right to the dude. And I said, "Oh man, right." So I missed him, and so they go down and score. It's 21-28, right? So then we call we call a screen to the right, but also a bubble screen to the left, right? But they signaled the bubble screen to me, and so I looked away, and then they signaled the other one. So I like fake it, and I throw a bubble screen. Mind you, the screen to the right was wide open for a touchdown. I go back and look at it on film. I'm just like, man, like that hurts, right? So we get stopped. They go down, score 28-28. So I'm like, okay, cool. We're going to go down. We're going to still a bit.
Oh man, that one's I don't know. I got an argument for that one.
Which one?
The last one.
Yeah.
Man,
But
y'all do it. Y'all too busy worried about
yeah. So
I'm
long
listening
story
to
short,
Trev.
so we're 28-28. We're gonna go down and score, right? And we're driving the ball, right? We're driving, and I throw it to Vela, and the dude comes down and punches the ball out, fumble, right? So they get it, and I'm trying to like keep Vela's chin up, and he's like just down. I'm like, oh man, right? So they go down, score 35-28, and I'm like, damn, like 40 seconds left. Mind you, we had just beat West with like 40 seconds left.
I
So I'm
forgot
like,
that game was before this game.
we can still do this. Like we can. So we go down. Like we're driving. Like JB gets cracked on one play, but he gets up still. I'm like, we got fight in us. We're good. So we go down. Like final play. I 3-step. I launch it to the back of the end zone. Vela catches it, toe taps it, and the number 1 punched it out. And I was like, oh man, like
That was
for
the
us to
one.
lose that way, I was just like, man. And the one thing that like I didn't appreciate about the game is like, mind you, I'm young for being a junior. I was 16 years old.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm 16 years old. There's 13,000 people there. I felt like I let everybody down. The coaching staff, everybody. Like I just felt like down, right? And mind you, I'm taking responsibility for it. Like I'm telling everybody, like it's on me. Like this is my fault. Everything. And I had gotten like death threats after the game. Like people were texting me on Facebook, on Instagram, like pure death threats. Like,
That's
you sold us a state
wild.
championship. We'll never forget you. Like this, that, and the like. I'm like, dude, you are 45 years old, right? Like you work at a restaurant or whatever. Like, relax. It's not that deep. Like I had a great year. We had a great year. You know what I mean? Like, I understand we should have went farther, but like to throw death threats at me.
I got a 16-year-old kid. That's insane and out of pocket.
Completely different thing. And so like my mental after that, like that game was just bad. Like, and then mind you, the next week Evans tells us, oh yeah, we would have played at Buck in the 5th round. We would have played Smithson Valley at Buck. And then so that whole next month we play in the Valley in a basketball tournament. And I'm out there, right? And mind you, I hadn't played basketball in forever. I'm trying to figure it out.
You haven't played since like your freshman year, right?
I didn't even play my freshman year. So I played a little bit my sophomore year, had some back problems, couldn't do it. So I'm playing my junior year, like first time on varsity is this tournament. And the whole tournament, they're like, Brownsville. Like, we're just hearing like Brownsville. And I'm sitting on the bench and somebody's saying Brownsville, like behind me. And I'm just like, dude, like, because we're in the Valley, like we're playing Edinburgh and all that.
United,
like so, every team we're playing, like if I'm dribbling the ball, I get a rebound, I hear Brownsville. I'm just like, dude, like I could not. The whole year I heard it. The whole motto was 944, right? And like I'll never forget it. Like, you know what I mean? And to me, like I just felt like I let everybody down. You know what I mean? And that's what hurt me the most, because it's not about me. Like I want to win for everybody else. You know what I mean? Like I want to bring a state championship to Corpus. I want to win for the Buck community. I want to win for my teammates who put in all this hard work. And it was just I had a bad game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's just the way it was. After being on top of the like hill the week before.
Dog. Bruh, and that's one thing that I learned, like, in sports. Like, I never played like at that level where I had to be like a quarterback and have to like deal with like the pressure of actually. I never thought about like the pressure that a quarterback faces when they lose a playoff game. You know what I mean? Like, the running backs, the receivers, the running back can fumble on the last drive and nobody will say anything. The receiver can drop the ball, or it can get popped up off his hands or his face mask and get picked. No one's going to say anything about the receiver, but the quarterback is the one who has to fall on that sword every time.
Yeah.
Like, you threw the perfect ball at the end of the game and landed in his hands. Like, it just got punched out. Like, that's crazy. Like, it's commendable, like, how, like, you're still here, like, and you're, like, not only were able to bounce back with the confidence, but now, like, you're teaching the game to the youth. Like, I respect that shit. Can't get a man a round of applause on the thing. Crickets. You're a dick. You're a dick. Oh man.
I went to Metro, by the way.
We'll touch on your senior year in a second, but one more game from your junior that I want to touch on. I think Lino wants to talk about this one too. That game against Victoria West. That was a classic.
It was a wild one.
So how did that get
So, mind you, we had beat them in district, and we were blowing them out in the third quarter. Like I think it was like 50-something to like 20.
Yeah, you and Cam were balling that
and
game.
They were what do you call it? They finally they started to come back, and we eventually only beat them by one score in Victoria. But that whole night was weird over there. Like they know we listen to like Young Boy and all that stuff. So they was playing like George Strait. It was playing that type of stuff in warm up, so we couldn't get all hype and everything. It was weird. So we beat them over there. Didn't like playing over there. So then we play at Buck, and I remember like one of their dudes was talking to a barber who was like close with our offensive coordinator, and was saying like, "Oh, we gonna get them, blah blah. Like they got lucky last time. We gonna get them over there. We gonna ruin their whole year, everything, right?" So they came in with a vengeance, right? So they came in there and they was on one. They was executing perfectly. Their QB played perfectly. Their defense, I mean, we were still scoring, but they were playing really good defense. We had a lot of like 4th down conversions and stuff. So it was a really tight game the whole game. And so we're up by like I think like a touchdown or like 3 points. We're up by 3 points. And we're at our own goal line, right? They pin us deep, and we go 3 and out. Okay, we punt them the ball. They go down and score with like, we get them on a 4th and goal at the 1 yard line. They stuff it in with like 50 seconds, and I'm like, oh man, like, no way this out. And our defensive players are crying on the way, like, off the field. I'm like, oh, no. Like, you know what I mean? Not like this. Not this year. Not like this. So we get the ball.
Okay, pause. Before you hit the huddle, what's your thought? Like, what the fuck do I tell these guys to get it? Like, what's that thought process? Like, what's your internal thought? Like, of course,
50 seconds left.
there's about 50 seconds
less
left.
than a minute left.
Yeah, we were down 4, so we needed a touchdown.
yeah, of course, like you're gonna tell your guys, all right, guys, let's go, we got this. But like, as the cue, you know this ball's about to be in your hand every play. What are you telling yourself? Because freshman year, it was shit. I don't know
the play.
Coach, put Ethan in there, right?
Yeah.
Now you're the man. Right?
Right.
There's no put Ethan in this. Trevor,
Yeah.
come save the day. Get your cape, get your mask, get your ass in there, right?
Right.
Like, what are you telling yourself in those moments now? As a not the scared freshman, the I got this confident junior. Like, what's that conversation like?
The conversation with myself was that I just got to take it play by play. If I try and think of like, damn, we really got to go down there and everything and score, it's not. I'm gonna be out of it. Now, if I take it play by play and just execute, then eventually it could lead to something great. So, fortunately, on the kickoff, Vela returns it for 40 yards.
Yeah, I wouldn't have kicked it to him.
So we get 40 yards. We're on our own like 42. So I'm like, bet we get good field position. I'm like, okay, we can really do this now. It's not like we had our own 20. We get another 20 yards. We can do this. So I'm in there and everybody's looking nervous and like some people are already tearing up. I'm like, guys, like this is not over.
Did you
like,
crack? You should have cracked a joke.
I probably should have
Cracked a joke.
I told him I was like, guys, we not going like the way we lost the vets last time. We not doing this. Like we're not giving it up at the end of the game. Like, come on, we got this. Like, we still got a minute left, guys. Like, we can do this. So we go down, and I remember there's like 18 seconds left, right? And we had killed them on mesh the whole game, right? And I'm looking at Evans, and I'm like, call it. We at like the 5-yard line, and he signals it. I'm like, oh yeah, here we go, right? And so on our mesh play, like we had a dude run like a over the ball sit, and then we had a post, right? Well, I told him because the safety, I knew he was going to come in. I knew I was going to throw the post, right? Because it was open earlier in the game in the end zone. So I was like, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him a corner route, get that safety out of there. I'm going to look off to the right, like look at the running back, get the other safety's eyes, and now I'm going to bang it right behind the linebacker, right? So I'm going to look this way, that way, bang it. I already know what's going to happen, right? Film study, everything.
Bro, that's because you saying
Oh, you
it.
talking about that sit route, right?
Yeah.
Boy, that sit route is always open on
Is
mesh.
it?
People
Oh.
sleep on that too.
And that's-
and the crazy thing with that is you can always make that an option route, you know, to bam or post.
Right, exactly. So we had hit it earlier in the game. So I knew that safety was looking for it, right? So he saw me look at Rod, and he was like, oh, he's signaling to him again. He's going to get the ball. And when I told him to run a corner, like as soon as he broke out, he was like, oh, he's getting the ball. So he took off, right? As soon as I seen him open his hips, I said, okay, let me get the other safety. So I look, right? I'm looking at the running back, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I already know. I'm looking really here. But I'm looking here, but I'm really looking there.
You already know where you want to go.
So I seen him come down, and I said, okay, bet. Hit that third step, bam, put it right over the linebacker, and you just see all the Victoria dudes go like this, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it's over, right? So we get in, right? They go down, they don't score. And I was like on top of the world. I was like, here we go. Like everybody, I took a picture with like Evan's baby, everything. I thought, yeah, I was like, I'm on top of the world. Like this is it. You know what I mean? And then the next week, I was at the bottom of the barrel. I was like,
So it's kind of a good thing I asked these questions in reverse.
yeah.
Chris said Trevor talking like an NFL quarterback, bro. I'm
Straight
just
up.
here thinking the same thing.
Straight
like,
up, bro.
you're in high school thinking of like
Straight
most
up,
high school
bro.
Kids, even it's their senior year or first 1-2 reads, and you're lucky if you can do the second read. Most are one read run.
Bro, and
one read run.
And the crazy part is like what he's saying is like most times like and another thing quarterbacks do is they'll say, yeah, I did this, this, and this, and you look at the film, they ain't do none of that shit, right? When he says, I looked here, and then I looked, you could literally see on film his feet and his eyes, which is also a sign of a good quarterback because your feet and your eyes got to be one, right or wrong? Trevor?
Right, yeah,
okay,
that's true.
Right? So you see him go here,
Ball.
gotcha, bitch. Wow. How does Stafford say, don't look in my eyes. Don't look in my eyes.
Yeah, that's exactly how it was. And the thing is like what I learned is like, because I would like watch great quarterback. I know this sounds like, you know, not original at all, but like I would watch like quarterbacks and like Manning and all them would talk about how film study is so important because if you already know what the defense is going to do before the play happens, not saying you should predetermine what you do, but if you know what's going to happen before it happens, you got the keys to the test. You know what I mean? You already got the answers. You know, so I would go out there before every game on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I would already have my classwork done, right? I'd have my classwork done on Monday. So Tuesday, Wednesday would be like big film days where I just sit and
got
watch.
all of his goddamn classwork done on a goddamn Monday. I couldn't even get Monday's homework done on Monday. Boy, I got an outline right now I'm struggling with. Anyway, what'd you say,
Yeah,
Trevor?
so I did all that, right? I would, so when we played vets, I literally had like 20 plays of like, when this happens, this is going to be open. This happens, this is going to be open. This happens, this. And that's how the game went. That's why my completion percentage was so good because I would just, like my completion percentage my junior year was like 75 to like 80%.
That's
like,
insane.
It was way up there just because I knew what was going to happen.
So,
right?
so like, at what age did you develop that I got to study this film habit to that level? Because you don't get, like, it's one, like, we did a little film study when I was in high school. Like, we all meet up at Saturday or before class, watch the film or whatever. Like, for you to go on your own to watch enough film to where you know 20 scenarios that are guaranteed to work, that is next level obsession in film study. Like, when did you develop that?
Well, I think I really...
McHugh right there next to you.
Yeah, McHugh. Well, McHugh started me on my sophomore year with how much importance like film was, and when Chavez took over, like it was we would meet in the meetings and like in the morning, and it was mandatory. Like we're gonna go over this, and that. Like me and Chavez were on the same page about what we're gonna do, like how we're gonna do it, everything, what drills we were gonna be like in the week to like work, what's gonna be open and everything. And so that's really like when it started. Plus, I don't like being unprepared for anything. Like the way I do my schoolwork is that I get everything done first and I make sure I have everything studied. So whenever I do take a test or whenever, like, I don't have to worry about work at the end of the week. I don't want to stress about not knowing stuff. I want to get it done so that whenever it is done, I'm set for everything else. Same thing with film study. As soon as I got it done, I'm like, I already know everything. So whenever I go out there on the game day, I already know what we're going to do. I don't have to worry about, what's going to happen on this play? How do they, do they rotate? Does safety spin? Do they blitz on third down heavy? What personnel do they like? What, you know what I mean? Like, is he bad with his hips? Which corner am I going to pick on? You know what I mean?
And you're not just looking at like what plays they're running. Like that last sentence that you just said tells a lot about your detail. Like, does this corner have bad hips? Can he come down on this curl route? Are we able to double move him? Mm-hmm. Like, is he aggressive? Is he better in zone? Is he going to be one of those corners that if he's in 2, he's going to have his ass to the sideline?
Yeah.
If he's in 3, is he going to have his ass to the line of scrimmage? Like, and my brother's a defensive coordinator, right? And I told him, I'm like, bro, will you please stop doing that? Because I have goals of becoming an offensive coordinator, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell my quarterback, look, Trevor, if you see that corner and you look over there and his entire front side is looking at you, take the whole shot.
Yeah.
Take the whole shot. But so
my favorite was when they're facing the sideline with their head to you. It's just like, that's for me. Hey, that's automatic. Just throw it.
Just throw that bitch,
You
bro.
can't even see you.
Yeah, he can't throw that bitch.
Or like if they straight turn to like the wide receiver, like a lot of people will like, they'll see a go ball that's covered. Go balls are, to me, are never really covered because even if you have perfect coverage on them, I can always put a back shoulder.
Yeah.
I can always put a back shoulder. And there's
Trevor, you're forgetting not everybody's Trevor Long.
You can't see the ball in the air. You're looking at the dude. You got to run with a dude who's fast, right?
Facts.
Fortunately, I had dudes who could run, right? So if you're running with a dude full speed, right, you're not going to be able to turn around like this and pick the ball. Every time I'm going to put it back shoulder and he's looking at me with the ball and all he has to do is show his hands late, boom, automatic. So every time we would just do that. Work it.
King couldn't keep up with Miller, man.
No. Not at all. When we played El Campo my sophomore year, like, there's no white cornerbacks. So they had a white corner.
You milk-checked his ass. You disrespectful.
If you look, the go route I threw to J-Mo, right? White cornerback. If you look at the dig, the dude who was guarding Lonnie, white cornerback. Like,
this is Trevor. You out here milk checking boys, Trevor.
Like,
Trevor. I need on microphone, on camera. You was out there milk checking boys, Trevor.
Nah, he was nasty. Yeah, it was like that. It was like
Trevor
that.
out there like.
So junior year ended with the loss to Brownsville?
Yeah.
Was that already?
Yeah.
And then, so how did senior year? Like, take us through senior year. Like,
Take us through summer going
Yeah,
into senior
yeah.
year. After junior year, lose to Brownsville. Is there next state or bust kind of feeling, or how are y'all feeling going into the?
Well, for us, obviously, like every year it's supposed to be state or bust.
Oh,
If your program isn't like that, then you're not doing it right.
and if you, and if your program isn't like that, you also don't get quarterbacks like this guy.
Yeah, you're not gonna
Quarterbacks
have,
like the guy 2 classes before him.
like, you know what I mean? Now, if you're a new coach and like, you know what I mean, you're trying to build a program and your first year, second year, like you're struggling because you've dealt with, the kids from the previous one, that's different. You know what I mean? But if you had been there established and you're just not winning games, then people aren't gonna go to that program. You know what I mean? Like they're just
You're an asshole.
Oh, nobody else heard that?
You get one in the blue moon.
no, but
And you
seriously,
over there
like
getting killed.
what'll happen is your
Shout
kid.
out my dude Johnny Smith's son.
Yeah.
You need to get about that movie system.
It's like
I just chopped it up with him. My fault.
We'll talk
Yeah, we'll talk about it in a second.
so in middle school, what'll happen is that all those kids will go somewhere else. And it's just how it works. So going into that summer, right? Every year you want to go state or bust, right? So our motto is 944. We work hard in the offseason. EJ does his job, and that whole summer, me and Jonah, our linebacker, like we would go on extra runs. We were doing footwork. I was at the Frio at like vacation, and we were doing foot ladder drills and everything. Like we were trying to stay like in perfect shape so that when we go our senior year, like this is it. We're gonna make a run at it, right? And so that summer leading up to it, Larissa Liska, the Chris Six lady, she does a great job, by the way. She had the like showcase and everything, right? So we all meet and the other quarterbacks, and I'm like, man, like seeing them wide receivers and stuff, I'm like, around this area, like we got the best team around here.
Easy.
Like we lost a cent that year, but still, like we have the best team. Like we can do this. Like we had seniors everywhere. We had Steven Richardson, we had Lamarcus, we had Delson, we had Ethan, we had Cage, we had me, we had Brad, we had Corey. We were loaded, right? Mind you, same thing with like our under, like all our sophomores and junior. Like shout out to my O-line my senior year. They were nasty. We had dudes, my center Antonio, 5'8", 225, was putting 300-pound dudes on the ground, right? Just dominant. That's how he was. We had dogs. They may not be the biggest dudes, but we had some dogs. And our underclassmen, like, you always want, as a senior, you always want the underclassmen to fight for you, right? Because it's your senior year. It's the last one.
I keep telling people that. Nobody listens.
And, like, the underclassmen really fought for us. Like, they really cared because they thought, like, we could win a ship. You know what I mean? Like, this could really happen. When we played DeSoto that year, we thought, like, after that game, we were like, we could do this.
We're
like,
not that far off.
No, like, we could genuinely do this. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that whole summer, everything, we worked extremely hard. We showed up to every summer workouts. And I was like, even if dudes miss, like, I'll text them, like, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Like, we got to be, you know what I mean? Like, stay on them because I want to win. Like, we got to win. So that was the mindset going into it.
Oh, yeah. So who'd y'all open that season up with?
Who we played, we started off, so we had the gauntlet the first 5 games.
Oh, I remember that. That was the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Y'all open up with vets that year?
We played vets first.
Jonah had a fucking year that year.
Jonah was
too, boy. Jonah
nasty.
was fucking dogging it out that season.
Mm-hmm. He was killing people, just running through people. It was crazy. Yeah.
So y'all open with vets?
We opened with vets, then we played DeSoto, then we played Seguin. QB's committed to Pitt. Don't tell me how, but so 4th game.
Trevor, you see a bunch of kids that should be better than, like, how?
Yeah, but that's whatever. 4th game we play Sinton. No. 4th game we play Cuero,
Yeah, I got
right?
you right here.
Yeah, and then we play Sinton. Yeah.
So, yeah, he was right. Vets, Seguin, DeSoto, Quirrell, Sinton, Moody, Carroll, King, GP, Ray, Tivy, and Pioneer, and then Alamo Heights and Bernie.
The non-district gauntlet, how did y'all do?
We went 3-2.
Okay.
So we lost to DeSoto.
Should have been 4-1.
We should have beat Sinton, but we lost to Sinton. No excuses. They beat us that game. Like that's how it is. They played well. They played, a great game, but we had some injuries and stuff. We were trying to get healthy, especially after that DeSoto game. Like, what a lot of people don't understand is Corey broke his wrist.
He broke his wrist at DeSoto game,
He
right?
broke his wrist. He played the whole year with a broken wrist. The first play of the game, he broke his wrist. First play on kickoff, broke his wrist. So the whole year he was playing with a broken wrist. So we were dealing with Corey with a broken wrist. Brod's ankle was about as fat as his knee. We had Lyman injured. Like it was just not the game for us.
Yeah.
And they beat us at homecoming, which is not always a great. Evans was not happy about that one. Yeah. But yeah, we went through the gauntlet that year.
I remember that.
But it prepared us for playoffs. You know what I mean?
It shows, bro.
I'd rather we play people than just beat up Mexico City or somebody.
You know what's crazy? Your head coach echoed a very similar message when we interviewed him. He said there's a team in the city that would rather play teams from other countries than play us. Was that the quote, King?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. We would try and schedule teams, and they would either one not pick up the cell, or we'd play them in 7-on-7, and they wouldn't play us in actual season.
Because, like, you can tell, like, that gauntlet really did set y'all up. Also, side note, what is it like to know that you can score 70 points in a football game? Like, there's basketball teams that can't do that, bro.
Yeah. I don't know.
And it's not like it was just you. Like Body's team scored 70, JB's team. Like, what is it about the Millet program where you're like, motherfucker, we can hang 70
What's the most
on you?
touchdowns you threw in the game?
Probably against Moody when they put up 70 points.
I threw 7 against Rockport at the start of my junior year. But, like, if they kept me in the whole game and, like, if we, like Pops has the record now.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
shout out to Pops, right?
Yeah.
If I had played the whole game against King, like, actually just trying to score as many touchdowns as I can,
Senior year?
I'd probably break the state record or whatever it is. Like,
They had no defense
Bro.
to stop you at all, no way.
His senior year against King, Trevor was 16 of 20, 338, and 5 touchdowns.
And I really only played a half.
And Broderick was 11 carries, 122, and 3 touchdowns.
And we were out there, like, before the game, we're like,
Corey had 2 catches for 86 and a touchdown.
yeah. Like, I don't want to sound like cocky about it, right?
Bro,
but you
be
kind of
cocky.
know.
Y'all have a fucking squad.
You kind of know before the game, like, this is over with. Before it even, like, you look at the opposing team and they're looking at you like you're the, Thanos or something. It's like, dude, like relax. You know what I mean? Like,
They're looking at us like Thanos.
it's like you're like.
70 points.
It was ridiculous, like,
Bro.
and we would be out there and like, we can't pour it on too much, you know what I mean? But to me, the way I think about it is, if you're playing a varsity game,
Stop me.
yeah,
My personal opinion. Look, check this out. You should have prepared the 4 days prior that you had. You
Yeah.
should.
Hey.
When you came to school that Monday, you should have prepared.
you know what's
Monday,
not,
Tuesday,
you know
Wednesday,
what's not
Thursday.
fair to me? When we play baseball games, okay, we lost to West 22-1
Damn.
in 3 innings, okay? They're allowed to do that to us, or we lose to Vets in basketball, right? Or Vets beats Moody in basketball by 80 points.
Yeah.
Nothing comes of that. Like,
He's
nothing.
preaching. He's
right?
preaching.
Right? But we beat somebody by
21.
40, and on Facebook it's, why are you running up the score? Why are you doing this? Why is Miller just beating up on everybody?
Hey, somebody got to be the bad guy.
Like, what do you want us to do? Do you want us to go out there and just not play football? If our second string goes in and scores 3 touchdowns, you want us to put in the freshman team? Like, what do you?
They just played yesterday.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Nah,
like,
that quarterback don't know the plays.
if you're, it probably wouldn't even matter at that point, even if he didn't know it. But it's crazy. Like, if you don't want us to score, stop us.
No, look. At the end of the day, if you're playing football, they always say go play 4 quarters,
Yeah.
right? Just you, regardless of how terrible the team you're playing or how good you might be playing. Hey, you gotta ride that fucking wave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you show up, expect to play 4 quarters of football.
Yeah.
Don't expect no pittiness, no nothing, because what teams should be doing is catering to their program and not the needs to somebody else. If you're preparing for state, you should prepare your group. Coach Herron did it out in Refugio, and the year he did
Right,
it
he
was
was
the
on
year he won
ESPN,
state. And
yeah.
all his kids needed was just a little bit of extra conditioning. That's it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if we're playing 3 quarters, right, and we start playing somebody in
It's gonna
a
take you
second,
4.
third round who's, actually like playing us, when we hit that 4th quarter, we don't have that same gear because we haven't been prepped for it. You can only prep for it so much in practice, but whenever you're actually playing a game, like the adrenaline going up and down, you can't. It's not the same thing. You have to play 4 quarters,
and that's why, like, when people are like, "Bro, why did Evans put DeSoto on the schedule?" And I was like, because that's who they're gonna play if they want to get to where they want to go.
Yeah,
like there's no point in them playing Moody, Carroll, King, Ray. Ben Bolt, you know what I'm saying? Aguadulce.
They better not play Ben Bolt.
Shout out to Aguadulce though. They do got this like 8th grade kid that I'm working with right now. He can ball.
One question from the comments real quick. Who was your backup your senior year?
Uriah.
Oh, okay.
So I had Uriah Howard behind me. Yeah.
Lil Howard.
We're trying to, like, some games you would play freshman, and some games you would play varsity. Depending on who we were playing. Yeah.
Was he 0?
I don't remember what his number was, man. I think it was 16.
Yeah.
And then we ain't gonna keep you too much longer, Trev. So before I want to talk about your playoffs in your senior year. You made it 4 rounds deep. 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds deep. Y'all beat Tivy 66-28. Y'all beat Pioneer 59-6.
Tivy, that's Johnny Manziel's school.
Yeah. Yep.
Y'all beat Tivy
They just lost to GP.
66-28. Then you beat Pioneer 59-6. Alamo Heights 38-28. And then we lose to Bernie. Was this the quarters or semis right here?
That's the quarters.
Quarters.
Round 4. Yeah.
Yes, the regional final.
So,
Yeah.
bro, like, okay, so the Alamo Heights game, right? I thought if y'all cleared this one, y'all were going all the way. So let's talk about Alamo Heights. That's what I want to talk about. What was like the mindset going into that game? Like we're playing against a Texas commit. Yeah, we played against Ruben Owens or whatever, but like we got a Texas commit, big Texas program coming in to the Alamo Dome, big game. What's that moment?
Well, everybody felt like it was like it was supposed to be like our Super Bowl. Like if we beat them, we're set. Mm-hmm. But for us, like we just thought of it as like another. Like we saw them in film and we were like, this team's beatable. Like this is not some superhero team where it's like, oh man, we're gonna really need our best like game. Like obviously you want to play your best game every game, but for us, like of course we prepped and everything, but we had a good game plan going in. We felt like we matched up well. They had 2 linebackers though that were legit, but everybody else besides them, like we felt like we could pick on, like including Michael Terry. Like Michael Terry, yes, he's a dude, right? But we felt he was a liability on defense, purely. So we picked on him with Corey. The first play he gets in the game, we throw a touchdown against him. And
Corey picked on him on defense.
Yeah, he did. Corey locked his ass up.
Shit.
Bro, that video almost got me in trouble on TikTok. I almost had the entire upper greater San Antonio area coming for me, dad.
Hey, somebody always got to
Somebody got to say it. Somebody got to say it.
You the good guy to somebody.
We picked on him the whole night. And what a lot of people like didn't know is their running back behind him, that dude can go. He's a senior right now, right? And he ran right through Carroll. And that dude, we were more
Carroll played Alamo Heights this year?
Yep, in the first round.
That's silly.
And it was like 60-0. But so we were more afraid of him than we were of Terry. Like that running back behind him, that white boy, he could run. He had like 2 touchdowns against us. Sheesh. He could go.
And then
Bernie.
What happened there?
The Bernie game. So when I saw them pregame, like I thought DeSoto was a big team, right? Because they had Byron and everybody, right? And they had some dudes who were big, right? But when Bernie walked on the field, I was like, dude.
Let the ground shake a little bit.
I was like, no, it was just they were just bigger than us. Yeah. Like just physically bigger than us. And they had some defensive linemen that were just huge. Their O-line was huge. They had a TCU commit at O-line. Their quarterback, he's at Arkansas now. He was a sophomore. He had offers from like Arkansas, TCU. Like they had a wide receiver who had an offer from UTSA. Like they had dudes on that team, and their coach was like that. He's now a coach at Arkansas, but like the University of Arkansas, and he was like that too. Like they had a great game plan against us. The way they did their personnel against us was perfect. Like they schemed us up well and everything. I mean, they still couldn't stop us.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like their offense, like I wouldn't say like our defensive game plan was bad or anything, but we'd have like a 3rd and 17.
Yeah, y'all just couldn't.
Yeah.
Y'all just couldn't execute getting no style of defense. So that's
Yeah,
all
like
it was.
like we had good game plan against it, right? And it would be 3rd and 17, and their 6'4" tight end would moss our 5'8" cornerback, and it's like it's not
Yeah,
it's really his
that's
fault.
his God's
Like he
plan.
played perfectly through the hands and everything. He's just bigger than him. We'd have like one of the plays was like 4th and 20, and they ran a 22-yard comeback route.
Bro, that's coaching perfection and discipline. Like you need 20, you're gonna get 22, and you're gonna catch it at 21.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was just
that's to the test.
like they did that perfectly the whole night, and it was just like, what can you do? You know what I mean? Like it was what it was. They played it was a great game, but we just fell a little bit short.
So, take me through your recruitment process, and then we'll get into your time at Blinn, and then we'll probably get you out of here.
So my recruiting process, well, it started when I was a sophomore. Like Coach McHugh had connections everywhere. He's at SMU now. Obviously, he really has connections now. But even then, he had connections. And Coach Regalado, he was the one. He's at RGV now, coaching running backs. He's the one who recruited like Corey and Broad, and he was at Rice, and he was recruiting me as a quarterback. So I was like going on like not unofficial visits, but like game day visits and stuff. Same thing with North Texas, like their QB coach. I still have his contact. He was like texting me at one point, and we were talking. But it always something fell through. Like I would either go to their camp and they wouldn't talk to me, or like they had interest in me and then they would just stop talking. Like at one point, Rice was interested at the end of my senior year, but like I didn't meet their standards of athleticism or running the ball or whatever. Like they felt like I needed to run more, which to me, I'm like, I threw damn near 60 touchdowns. Why do I need to?
Yeah, I'm a pocket passer.
Like I get, but for their system, I guess they needed more of a runner, and they offered the kid from Smithson Valley instead, who
he didn't run either.
No, he could run, but he could not throw. He's at Army now, and that's all they do. Yeah. And so, like, that's kind of how my recruiting process was. I thought I was going to get offered by RGV. They went with Pelucio instead. There's nothing I could do about that. Like, they offered. So what made no sense to me, right, is that they offered the kid from Bernie, who played safety for them, to play quarterback. Now he played quarterback for Bernie before the sophomore, but like,
he got moved to safety for a reason.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, not trying to throw shade on anybody or anything, right? I'm sure he's a great quarterback and everything, but I'm just saying, like, to me that didn't make sense. Like, you would show up to our games and be on the sideline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, to me, like, it didn't make sense. Like, I was just like, there's no way I'm not getting offered from somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I eventually, like, I got the Blinn JUCO offer. I got a couple, like, offers here and there, like Millsaps in Georgia, but I wasn't going that far, especially to pay for tuition. Like, it's not, you know, you're not paying for my schooling. Blinn offered me, like, a half. I was like, okay, like, offer me a partial, and they said, if you keep working, you can make it to a full. I'm like, okay, you know, I'll give it a. And the way that Pavia, so the quarterback for Vanderbilt, he's like suing NCAA for eligibility, right? Well, the way I was thinking about it is like, if they're gonna give him his JUCO years back, then they're gonna give everybody their JUCO years back. So I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna go JUCO and get my years back, and so whenever I get to a D1, that's how I'm gonna do it. But it's not how it ended up working out. So. Yeah, that's how I got to Blinn. But you want me to talk about how, like, Blinn?
If you want.
Yeah, I can. So Blinn.
Were they selling you on like Cam Newton brought national championships?
No, it wasn't more of that. Like, the dude who recruited us, Coleman, the DC, he was gone before the season even started. So, like, one, our main guy was there.
The main recruiter wasn't even there.
Yeah, two, like, I had originally decommitted. Like, I was like, I'm not gonna play college football. Like, I just felt like I was over it. And, like, I didn't play in the All-Star game I got invited to. I told him, like, no, I'm not going to play. I told Coach, I was like, Mahon, I was like, I'm not going to play. Like, because I was going to focus on physical therapy. That was going to be my thing. I was going to be a physical therapist. I had already, like, I'm done with my associates in the spring.
Damn.
So I'll have 2 years worth of college done. Like, I'll be set. You know what I mean? And work full-time in physical therapy. not what I wanted to do. I figured
Tried
out
it,
real
don't wanna
quick.
do
I was
it?
like, yeah, no, I cannot do this. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go to Blinn. And I texted him, and he was like, yeah, you can do it. We don't have scholarship anymore, but you can still come and play. So I was basically a walk-on, right? So I started on like 8th on the depth chart, right?
There's 7 quarterbacks already there.
Yeah, there was like so many quarterbacks, and I'm like, dude, like how am I gonna work my way out of this, right? So slowly but surely, I work my way up, and eventually, we play Navarro. Okay, Navarro is ranked like 10 in the nation or whatever. So we're playing them, and our starting quarterback, Jack, shout out to Jack, great kid, great person, great quarterback, like total respect to him, okay? He messes up his AC joint, gets tackled, messes up his AC joint. Starter for Katie, starter for Elgin, he was at Kingsville, and then he transferred to Blinn. Nate goes in, right? Finishes the game, whatever. I'm like, okay, you know, like I'm gonna have a QB competition, right? It's gonna be us 3. I'm 4. I'm gonna have a 3-man competition. And
Boy, as soon as I saw the cheerleaders.
So I was 4. Okay, we were playing Trinity Valley. They were ranked 2. They were like number 8. Okay, they had like a 6'8" tight end. They had a dude that was committed to Georgia on the D line and everything, right? So, yeah, when you start playing against JUCO, like people think JUCO is
Nah,
like
it ain't
Nah, that
sweet.
shit
It's
ain't no
It's
joke.
for athletes who didn't have the grades primarily.
Yeah, you playing dudes who went to Michigan or Minnesota or Georgia or, you know, like wherever. And, you know, like this one dude, Dickey, he used to be a 5-star wide receiver at Oregon. He's now at a JUCO in California. You know what I mean? So you're playing former 5-stars and stuff. And so you're playing grown men. Like some of these dudes are 22 years old and I'm 18. You know what I mean? Like I'm not. So we're playing Trinity Valley, like a combination of like. So I try to go in during practice. Like he told us like it's gonna be open competition, like blah blah whatever.
Oh,
So
that's all you need to hear.
I try to go in and practice. Right? I'm like, bet I've been doing good with the reps I get. I get like 2 team reps every day, but I make the best of it, best I can. I work my tail off in the weight room. I do everything coach tells me to do. I'm at every meeting on time, dressed out right, everything. So I try to go in, and he was like, nuh-uh. And I was like, what? And so he was like, nuh-uh, get out. And I was like, what? He was like, we not doing this by committee. And so I was like, what do you mean we not doing this by committee? You just told me like we had an open competition. So didn't work out that way. All of us. So we played Trinity Valley. We struggle, you know, like quarterbacks trying to do their job, blah, blah. And I feel like I should be getting an opportunity, right? Some of my teammates were telling me like, we want you to get an opportunity, blah, blah. So we played Tyler. Okay, Tyler's the number 3 ranked JUCO team in the nation right now, and they're probably going to play for a national championship this year. Okay, our starting quarterback, right, ends up being this dude from Katy. He played for Katy Tigers last year, lost to North Shore, all that, right? Breaks his collarbone, first drive. Second drive, the dude from Elgin comes in, Nate. Shout out to Nate, great dude, love him. He goes in, throws a pick, right? So the coach yanks him, and I go in. I'm like, here we go. Like this is my opportunity, right? Go in, first drive, I get, like, I'm running, blah, blah, blah. Dude, like, 300-pound dude grabs me. I'm like, oh, no, right? Get off of him. I slide, and I get late hit, first down, 15 yards. And I'm like, oh, yeah, here we go. The sideline's pumped. Whatever. We get stops, right? Keep going. And eventually, like, we scored a touchdown, right? Like, we scored a touchdown. I'm like, bet, right? So I threw a touchdown against the number 3 ranked team. My completion percentage is about 60% right now. I'm good. We come out of half. I go to throw another touchdown. My dude reaches across the goal line way in, right? But we don't have replay. Yeah. Okay? We already wasted our replay earlier in the game, right? Fumbles in the end zone. He scored. So I would have had 2 touchdowns against Tyler. We got blown out 56-7. But
it should have been 56-14.
56-14. Doesn't really make a difference. But to me,
hey, that's
you know what I mean? That's my opportunity. I threw 2 touchdowns.
That's transferable.
I threw 2 touchdowns against Tyler, the number 3 team. So I'm like, okay, you know, I didn't have the greatest game. It's my first time even getting reps with the 1s. I've been getting reps with the 3s.
They tried to Shedeur Sanders.
So I'm like, I'm not even. Yeah, shout out to Shedeur, man. Jesus, that's tough. He's getting starting reps this week, by the way.
Yeah, he started this week.
As a Q, like how big is it? Like, because a lot of people don't know. Like, as a running back, like a running back can get a rep here and there in a game or whatever. Receiver gets hired, come in, but as a quarterback, like the starter gets pretty much all the reps at practice, right? Yeah. So how does a quarterback substitute into a game? Like, what is y'all's process like? Because y'all don't get no time to warm up the rocket. That can be 4th, 3rd, and 10. Like, hey, Trevor, you've been sitting over here drinking Gatorade, but I need you to throw the ball 15 yards on a rope right now.
Yeah.
Like, how does that work?
So for me, like what I always did is that no matter what drive it was, in case somebody did go down, I always warmed up on the sideline with somebody. I was always warming up with like either a backup wide receiver or somebody just to stay warm in case something did happen. So I was always prepared. I always wanted to be prepared. Yeah.
Preparing to be prepared.
Right, exactly. Even if I knew I wasn't going in the game, I just
Except
in
for our freshman
case
year.
something, you know what I mean? Like that's just how it was. So
Hell yeah.
That's how I
Hell
prep.
yeah, man. Anything else you want to get into?
Are you still at Blinn? Somebody was asking.
Yeah, are you still at Blinn?
no, I'm not. So we finished the season. I didn't touch the field after that game. The starter came back, didn't even see the field. Like automatically was bumped down, didn't touch the field, and I was like, man, this situation is not right for me. Like if I'm like to me, I feel like I didn't get a fair shot at it. You know what I mean? And it wasn't gonna be a fair shot. Like respect to Jack and everything, because he was talking to me about it and he was like, bro, like do what's best for you, blah, blah, blah. Like me and him never had an issue. I've never had an issue with any quarterback I've been in a competition with, because ultimately we both had the same goal. We trying to get out of here. You know what I mean? So respect to you for what you're trying to do. But for me, if I'm not going to get a fair shot at it, and mind you, my associates is going to be done in the spring, I'm going to have to do a bunch of extra classes that I'm going to have to pay for, right? Because they're not going to put me on full scholarship. JUCOs most likely don't do it, especially if you're not the starter, right? So I'm going to have to pay for classes that I don't need, okay? And I want to be a coach. Like I do QB trainings. I want to be a coach, right? So why don't I take the route of academics where I'm already training quarterback kids now, right? I'm making good money off of it, right? I'm training them, making sure they develop into their programs. At the same time, I can get my education done, form connections, and by the time I'm 20 years old, because I'm 18 right now, by the time I'm 20 years old, I'm a coach.
Yep.
I'm making $60,000 a year coaching something that I'm passionate about. You know what I mean? Not saying that I wasn't passionate about playing a game of football, but when it gets to a college level and you feel like your coach like doesn't love you like that, you know what I mean? Not saying Coach Mahon didn't have love for me, but what I'm saying is like I feel like
It was more business.
it's business like. You know what I mean? Like
your entire recruiting process
The
is
coach's
weird.
job is dependent on
on a bunch of 18 to 22 year olds, you know what I mean? And like if he feels in any type of way like a certain way about you, like I feel like I set myself up in the wrong position by decommitting in the first place. Like that's partially on me, because
So
now
what do you mean by decommitted? So you committed and then what was the reason to decommit? Because you said you were thinking about the physical.
I was
so
doing-
it wasn't a decommitted because other schools were pursuing, huh?
no.
Okay.
That's because I was like, I'm gonna do physical therapy.
Okay.
Like I'm like this is what I want to do. I'm gonna like get my education done, and Blinn didn't have good stuff for like physical therapy.
Okay.
So what I was gonna do is like I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it done. Then I'll go to PT school probably in the Valley,
All right.
and I'll be done with it. But that's I worked in PT. That was not it.
Yeah. Anything you guys just?
No, man.
Hell yeah. Anything you want to add? Oh, tell the people how they can get in contact with you so they can get their young quarterback some training before we get out of
Because if
here.
I had a son, you'd definitely be my number one go-to.
Yeah.
Quarterback.
So
with all the stuff that you said in that little segment about the left, right, and then somebody in the comments saying you gotta realize he's doing all this in under 3 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah.
That fast, bro. That
Yeah.
fast.
Come on, man.
So how they get in contact with me? So my Facebook, either Trevor Long on Facebook, but my Instagram is T_Long07. I post all the reels of me training kids, so you can actually see me interacting with them, like how I teach them. Like you can actually see improvement in their throws. I'm not just posting them doing a bunch of drills and doing stuff that doesn't matter. I'm gonna do stuff that actually translates to the game, and because I've played and been successful in doing it, I know how it actually works, and I'm not just selling you on something. Plus, I try to be reasonable with pricing. Like a lot of people with personal trainers and everything, they try to charge crazy amounts of money.
not wrong.
I'm gonna charge you $30 an hour, and I'm gonna teach your kid an hour's worth of knowledge that they can practice at home, that they can work on throughout the whole off season, so that whenever my quarterbacks, like you can see in one of my reels, my quarterback knows what he did wrong before I even told him because of what I've told him. You know what I mean?
Is that the last reel you posted?
Yeah. So
You work with did you work with Tatum? Did you work with the kid at King?
I've worked with Tatum, Pops, Gavin, JJ Haynes. He's at Metro. This kid from Algo Dulce, a bunch of Isaac. He's a starter at Kingsville now. Like a bunch of these kids. Giovanni. He's at Baker. He's gonna be at Ray next year. I'm gonna try and work with Tripp. Like a bunch of these kids. Like I'm working with this kid David from Carroll. Like all around this area, I'm trying to work with anybody and everybody that wants to get better at playing quarterback. This one kid from Bluff,
Hey, if
Caleb,
anybody catch some balls out there, let me know, bro.
I got you.
My goal is to actually get into training kids also. I'm actually at Del Mar right now trying to get a kinesiology degree. So if you need any help, just let me know, man.
100%.
Bring Jesse out there and let him call some flags and get his practice in or something.
Man, I got one question. Give us your top.
Oh, and then I got one more
give
question.
Us your top 3 games played ever.
At Miller or just in general?
In general, in whether City League, y'all blew somebody out by 50 all the way to Blinn. What was your favorite game top 3 that you played?
So,
in no particular order.
My favorite game ever played has got to be that Victoria West game when we played them in the third round. My second is that Bernie game because even though we lost it, like that last ride with the seniors and the way like the fans reacted and everything, and that last time with the coaching staff, like it's just different. You know what I mean? And my third favorite, we played the Best Brothers at Turf Sports. We beat them in the playoffs. They were not happy about it. I had a pick 6 against them and everything. And
Those are my guys.
Yeah.
The Best Brothers, those are my guys.
Last question before we get out of here. Obviously, it means something to play quarterback at Miller High School, right? So, what would you say, like, the impact of an Andrew Body is at Miller? Like, do you still feel like it's not like we gotta hold it down, like the foundation that was laid down from that class?
Yeah, 100%. Like Evans always told us, like we're the beneficiaries of what they officially put down. You know what I mean? So that first group that kind of grinded it out, and by their junior and senior year, they were really successful. They laid the groundwork for what that program was going to be moving forward. So like for me, I'm a quarterback, so he set the standard of what you should be, how you should act, the way you take care of your grades. Like how you should act on the field. You never saw Body doing anything crazy on the field. He was never in anybody's face doing anything crazy. Now, he may truck somebody and be like, flexing on him a little bit, but he wasn't talking absolutely reckless to somebody or being rude or disrespectful. I try to treat it the same way. Like, I may dance a little bit, do a little dance, whatever, but, like, I'm going to shake somebody's hand, make sure they get up, make sure everything's all good. Like, you ever seen those like reels of like Andrew Luck getting hit and they're like, good hit?
Yeah.
Like,
good hit, buddy.
I would do that. Like I would get destroyed by somebody and I'd be like, good hit, bro. We all good. You know what I mean? And like I always tried to like be fair and like try to treat everybody with respect. If the one thing that we don't have in this world that we need more of is respect. A lot of people think because they're online they can say whatever they want and they're a bunch of keyboard warriors. But they're not willing to say it to somebody's face. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, if you are willing to say it to somebody's face, that's one thing, because you know an altercation coming, right? But you got to be more respectful when somebody's walking by. Even if I don't know somebody, I'm always going to nod my head, say, how you doing today, blah, blah. And that's how it is. That's how it should be. You know what I mean? So that set the standard for what it should be.
Absolutely. Hell yeah. Well, with that, it's been real. It's been a beautiful Wednesday night. King, play my music, please. Thank you, sir. That was Jay Lino right there. You know what I'm saying? The broke one, not the one on TV. You know what I'm saying? He on a podcast. He ain't on nighttime television. That's been DJ Lil King in the background. I've been Lucky Lamar. And of course, the man, the myth, the legend, man of the hour, Mr. Trevor Long. Appreciate you for joining us, Trevor. Oh, yeah, that was a fun one.
Great time.
Gotta go pick this woman up before she talks.